Welcome back. Alrighty, the basket is complete. And that's not true. The basket's not complete. The basket around the treehouse is complete and up to the front porch. I'm still looking for that satellite dish. Big 7-footer. So if you know anyone who's got a big 7-foot satellite dish, you let me know. I would prefer one of those, the mesh ones, but it doesn't matter. I'll take either kind. The solid ones would work fine too. Yeah. So shoot, maybe even if you know where to steal one, I'll go steal one. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. That's not kind. But anyways, this is the part where I get to be really creative. And my mom came over to help, which I owe a big debt of gratitude to my mama. This is where I get a lot of my creative ability, right? Uh, yeah, always encouraging, the little bit of odd things you do when you're the creative type, right? And let me tell you, my mom has done some things that when you need a little help, she's going to get the job done one way or another. So I kid you not, this is a true story. When we were growing up, my mom wanted a pond. Well, it takes a bit of work to dig a pond, and here's how she did it. She calls us up. This was before the age of cell phones, and she says, "Hey, bring you and your friends over. I'm going to have a big meal." And my mom is an amazing cook. Like, seriously, amazing. So me and my buddies, we're like, oh, hell yeah, let's go get some food. As we show up, she hands out shovels. You just need a quick little favor from you. And so we dug a pond. Yeah, we had that for quite a few years. It's one of those things that, yeah, it's great. That's an amazing thing, and I really appreciate that. I got that from her. Anyways, so this bottom section is where I get to be real creative, and I figured the best way to do it would be a galaxy theme, right? Mainly because Jenny loves stars, and yeah, it will really tie everything together. And I need a way for the trees to get out, right? So I'll be planting trees on the inside, but they need to make their way out of here, and this will be the perfect way to do it. So I've built one of these before in the past. You can actually see it just in the left of the screen there, but it's kind of obscured by the that's some kind of pear tree. Maybe. I think it's a Chinese pear tree. Anyway, but yeah, it will be perfect, right? So they'll be able to get out there and oh, lost my train of thought. Speaking of which, I'm a little bit tired of these. I've been on the internet recently. I watched some of those reels and things, and there's people giving away our ADD secrets, and I really do not appreciate it. Don't listen to anything they say. They're telling the, we'll call you normies for now. They're telling you how our brain works, and I really do not like that. Listen, what goes on in our brains, just leave that be, okay? Don't be telling people why we stim and how we've got multiple conversations going on, how we're easily distracted, why we'll never remember your name, all that stuff. Don't tell them that. These are our secrets. It's a gift, and it should not be shared. Oh, shoot. Maybe it should be shared. Nope, don't share it. Let us have our ADD brains to ourselves. Don't be telling our secrets. Thank you. That was a PSA from your ADD people. Anyhow, back to the build here. So what I did here, this actually worked out pretty frickin' sweet. So those stars, every point is 16 inches tall, or every line is 16 inches. So I was able to cut the basket 6 inches wide, because that's how wide the basket is, and then 16 inches, or 32 inches, and then I fold them in half. And that's how you make these stars, right? And then you put it all together. And you got to use these coiled wires. And it is a little bit of a learning curve to put these stupid things on. They're, yeah, it's just a spring, so you got to rotate it clockwise or counterclockwise. And you got to make sure you're grabbing the inner basket and the outer, and make sure everything all ties together nice and tight, because there's going to be quite a bit of weight on these things, so you really need to make sure it's got some serious strength to it. I left a portion of the star open, and you'll see. Oh my God! Shh! Zip it! So I left a portion of the star open, so that way you can fill rocks from down below, so you're not having to carry everything up high. See, I did that big brain, and I did that for you because I know you want to come help. And you're thinking you're going to have to carry rocks up a ladder. Absolutely not. We got tractors and we got forklifts and all kinds of stuff. It's going to be a hoot. Remember, it's all about the experience. That's what I'm selling you on. And then I did this little star down here. In this one, I actually got one of the office ladies to print out a star on a plotter. And the plotter makes things like, I think that paper's 2 foot wide or something and super long. It's a pretty cool printer. And I did not think this through. I just got her to print it out, and I cut this star out. No, that's not true. I was about to cut the star out, and I had to take a bunch of measurements because it actually worked out perfect. So these grids are 2x4 grids on the basket, right? So there's only certain numbers you can cut out. So right now, that star has 8-inch points. Every point is 8 inches, which is perfect because that gives you 16. You fold it, and that's how you make each point. Seriously, it couldn't have worked out any better. I didn't plan this. Someone helped me along with that. You know what I'm saying? Kind of crazy. But yeah, the next step would have been a 12-inch star, which it's just really neat when stuff works out swimmingly like that. I think, yeah, it's pretty cool. So, thank you to the office people. If I get one more message during this thing, you know I'm easily distracted. I mean, we just went over this. But yeah, so this one worked out really nice. I didn't leave any of these open. They're a little bit more difficult to leave a side open because they're little 8-inch ones. I thought it would be pretty tough to pour the rocks into anyway, and that one's pretty low. You know, we'll be able to fill up from up above, no problem at all. We'll see how much weight they can hold. And then yeah, I also got one other thing here that I wanted to add into the basket. So I know I need spacers in between this basket, and you see those two round things there? That is actually an aluminum street pole. And once again, the power, guys. Thank you for throwing crap away. This was in the scrap pile, so I think they were going to scrap it. But here's the good news. I took it. And it'll go to much better use here. I promise you. It's not just going to get melted and put... Could you imagine it just goes back to a street pole? What a sad life. No. That's no good. So what I did is I took it and I cut it down. I went to my buddy's work, and he's got this bandsaw. This thing is dope. It's hydraulic, and it's got it's got this big clamp, so it holds it down. You get a perfect clean cut. Because I tried to do it with a Sawzall, and I just got crooked cuts. It was a bad idea. Anyhow, I took it to his work. I'm still a little pissed at him. He would not let me use the controls. He's like, bop, bop, bop. You know, you could get fired, yada, yada. Come on, man. But anyways, it actually worked out just fine. I had to miss yoga a couple days for it, but that's okay. Not a problem at all. But so I cut a bunch down, 6-inch for each side, and then this back section here is a little bit wider. That's mainly because I screwed up. And that's the truth. So I was cutting those down, and you wouldn't believe this. So I originally cut to the wrong length. I cut them 1 inch short. And at one point, the look on my face somehow told my buddy, who's now, I believe, a telepath. He was like, oh my God, we're cutting to the wrong length. I didn't say anything. And that's what, he just knew. It was super bizarre. So he might be a telepath. I'll be doing some testing later on. Don't worry about that. Yeah. So here we go here, putting up a little bit more star, and then I think here in a moment I'm gonna go ahead and throw in one of those aluminum poles, and you'll see what I'm going for. So that'll bring in a lot more light, because growing those trees out of here is going to be difficult to get them to grow. I think I'll be able to bonsai them, so that's going to be my hobby this winter, is finding a bonsai person. So that'll be fun. You know, that's one of those ADD things where you're just like, I'll really focus on it for a couple of months, learn everything there is to know about it, then get bored. And yeah. Yeah, I've been telling people this is a 10-year build, because that's probably what it'll take to get the trees to grow how I want them. Because, yeah, fruit trees grow kind of slow, but that's okay. You know, not a problem at all. It's fun. Because the cool thing about stuff like this is, you know, like I've managed to stay focused on this all summer, which is rare. It's a rare thing, you know. Usually you get about 1 month on a hobby. But, yeah. Yeah. Not this one. This one I'm going on like month 6. Oh, it's so good. Anyways, so there's one aluminum pole going in. Here comes another one. And this is how I'm going to get a little additional light in there to let things grow. Anyways, we're coming to the end of the video. Goodbye! I love you.